Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope that your Saturday is going well. Thanks for giving me a couple of minutes. I had the privilege last night of joining in with several other people from the church family, as well as some guests from outside the family, to be a part of an on-stream event with Greta Eskridge. And she talked to us about how to protect our children and our young people from pornography and how to address those concerns effectively when they show up in our families. It was a great time. I wish you all could have been there. We do hope to make a recorded version of that available very soon. But one of the things that came through so clearly in that time together was the unbelievably important priority of being with our children, being very connected to their lives. And Steph and I were talking about that last night and again this morning about how much we wish we would have been even more proactive about that. Especially as our kids got a little bit older, we trusted them. We tended to let them kind of do their own thing when we would go off and do some things on our end. And many of the times, even when they were little, we would do this. We would get somebody to sit with them, watch them, or as they got older, tell them amuse themselves at home. And we would go off, and we were going off to do things that were very important to us by way of developing our faith and our walk with the Lord. Things like, for instance, prayer meetings. We've gone to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of corporate prayer meetings in our lives. And yet so often we would leave our kids out of that. And we've talked about it more than once, but last night it came up again. We really wish we would have done that differently, that we would have brought our children and our young people with us into those environments. And you might say, what's the point? My kids won't listen. They'll want to color. They'll want to talk, whatever. Well, that may be true. But I also know something else. I know that when a child gets in the presence of God, when a child or a young person is a believer and they begin to hear older saints give voice to heart cries and hear prayers of faith and receive prophetic words and words of knowledge, it stirs something in them that is so powerful, and God will use to secure them and grow them in their walk with Him and into their purposes for being on this earth. A couple of weeks ago, Emily brought my oldest grandchild, Nate, with her. He's 7. And he did not understand a lot of what was going on, and he got a little antsy at times. But he also loved it. And he was intrigued, and he was perplexed, and he was prayed over, and the upshot of it all was, even though there were parts of it he did not understand, when he left, he told her, I want to go back. I encourage you to bring your students with you, bring your children with you, even if it's for a short time. We start at 6:30, which is a new time, by the way, 6:30. Come when you can, leave when you need to, and we really mean that. But please take full advantage of these times for your family to come and pray. Even if it's just for a small portion of the time that we're there, overall. Just this morning, I was listening to some scripture, and I was listening to the passage where Jesus is praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he comes to his disciples 3 times, and he says, "What? Why are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping?" And I will just say, church, don't fall asleep on not just your responsibility to, but your unbelievable privilege to pray with one another. There is power in corporate prayer. We love to talk about how, hey, if just 2 or 3 agree on anything and we're together in His name, well, that's true. I was mentioning that to the Lord a few weeks ago, and the Lord said, hey, can I remind you of something else I said, Jim? I said that 1 will chase 1,000 and 2 will put 10,000 to flight. There is exponential power in the prayer of God's people coming together. And so we do it. Many of you ladies, you're doing that on Monday evenings. Awesome. I know guys pray together every time they're together, and their meetings as well. But these prayer services, these prayer opportunities are potent times to see powerful things happen in you, in your family, the people you love the most, and in our region, in our world. So please come out, be a part of that tonight. Look forward to seeing you there. Again, 6:30. Come when you can, leave when you need to, but make prayer a priority in your lives.